Alright, so here we are at the Barmesy Rue Picard, one of the open streets, and this is where we finished today's visit of Molenbeek, quartier Maritime. It was the first visit of the season. We started at Belgica and we went through the quartier Maritime until Ribeaucourt. My name is Benjamin. If you have any questions, just ask me. Quartier Maritime is part of Molenbeek. It's just one part of Molenbeek. Between this line, this L28, as you see it here, it's an important train line, and that was actually also linked to the Maritime station, which was Sûre, which was a very important goods station. So between Sûre and this, that was like the borders, and we're going to have a look into some traffic crossings that are difficult, that are problematic, and others that are a solution of how it could be much better. This is not a bike lane, okay? This is paint on the streets. This is just paint. If you need a real bike lane, there has to be a white line here. Right here, there must be a white line for it to be a bike lane. Let's continue. This is one of those streets in the neighborhood where there's really a problem with cars that are racing. So we visited, I think 3 different open streets. Boulevard du Jubilé, 6 lanes for cars, nothing for bikes. Quite strange that still in 2022 we have these big lanes with a lot of space for cars, nothing for bikes, a little bit space for pedestrians. So we did this. Let's continue and look at this beautiful boulevard without bike lanes. Normal roads, what we call des Rues, straten. We don't need bike lanes on des Rues, straten. It's too small. We just need less cars. Then we went more into the neighborhood. We went through Rue van der Stichelen, where we have the filter that was tried out, a new plan de circulation plan that was tried out for not even a month, and then the commune of Molenbeek just dropped it because some people who live around there complained, so they just dropped it. From there we went to Rue Picard, where we saw that it's a very, very wide road, but very, very small place for pedestrians, a sidewalk. Also, there is some place for bikes, but usually there's always cars parked there. Problem with garagists who use this, the bike lane as parking spots. We went all the way until the new bridge that hopefully is going to open in October. It's going to be a lot better for public transport, for bikes, pedestrians. And then we turned right along the canal. We have this beautiful bike lane. The only problem is that it's also used by pedestrians and there is just not enough space. So we have to make a choice. We have to give more space to bikes and pedestrians. So we have to take away space from cars, and that's something the commune of Molenbeek does not want to do. So sometimes in urbanism you have to make choices that in Molenbeek they don't want to make. And then we turned right, Boulevard Léopold II, that still doesn't have a bike lane, and we went to Ribeaucourt, turned right, and there we have this nice little square, let's say, when they took away Rue de l'Intendant, they just cut it in half, and also Rue van der Stichelen, they cut it and they made this little square in front of L'Authentique. That is really a nice, peaceful little square in the middle of a very, very densely populated neighborhood. So that was the stop of our visit before getting some really good Syrian food and eating it right there in Barmesy.